Across this year, we saw amazing documentaries all through the year, which is not unusual. We love the non-fiction form and we see many great documentaries, but this year was particularly strong. The really surprising factor this year was animation. It's just been an incredible year for animated films of all different varieties, and I think we've just seen the immense creativity of that medium, and you will see that in tonight's film. It's always a pleasure to see a new film from Morgan Neville, and my colleague Jana and I trotted off in the summer to go and see this film, and we didn't know what to expect, and within minutes we were kind of bopping along in our seats, and it was just a really creative and fun screening for us, and so I hope that you also have that same experience tonight. To introduce the film, would you please give a very warm welcome to Academy Award-winning director Morgan Neville and to Pharrell Williams. Sharing this incredible film. We know you very well as a documentary maker. You've very generously shared many films with us here in London before, but a Lego animation. So I just need to know how this came into your orbit. I'm looking at this person, but how did it come to you?
First of all, just thank you all for coming out tonight. You know, this is an incredible experience, not just for this film, but really for my life. I've been coming to the LFF for 24 years, and I've never had a big gala screening before, and that's amazing to see this many people out to support cinema, to support everything you were talking about, and those of us that make movies and think of them as, you know, empathy machines, and you know, just being able to have this experience together means so much. So why Lego? It was his idea. And you'll see a version of it in the film, but it's not that dissimilar from our first conversation, where Pharrell said, you know, people wanted to tell my story for a long time, and I was never that interested. But I've been thinking about it, and I, like your films, you had said, you'd seen, you know, Won't You Be My Neighbor and 20 Feet from Stardom, and you said, you know, I want you to tell my story, and I want you to make a documentary, and I want you to film it all, and then I want you to throw away the visuals and do it again at Lego. That was how he pitched me. And I thought, hell yeah. You know, I didn't know what it would mean, you know, and we didn't know what it would mean, and that was 5.5 years ago we had that conversation. And we've been working on it ever since. But what it grew into is something more than a documentary. It's a musical, and it's an animated feature, and it's a biopic, and we were figuring out new things to do, and it got incredibly exciting. You know, I was able then to have Pharrell write 5 new songs for the film, which was great. And just being able to kind of, you know, for me, to get into his head, you know, which is what I'm always trying to do. And I'm speaking so much because Pharrell has some form of laryngitis or something. So I'm stealing all your stories here, Pharrell. Okay. But, you know, I think Pharrell has said that that the Lego gave him a level of distance from his own story, that he wouldn't have to look at himself for 90 minutes, he wouldn't have to necessarily hear himself for 90 minutes, and that it gave him that room to be comfortable. And for me, it was the tool to get inside his head, to actually get closer to him, because I realized through the animation, we could actually see what he sees in his mind's eye. You know, we could see part of what I think of as magical thinking, you know, and you know, one thing I've learned is that when people say no to Pharrell, it makes them want to do it more, you know, and it's true, but it often, in the process of that, those no's become yeses, when you say, well, why not? Why can't we do this? And I was fully along for that ride. And this
Shame
film...
on you, Pharrell Williams! Animals have skinned your life and tortured for your death! Help me, amazing! Stop! Why are animals dead? Stop the torture! Stop the pain! Help me, mate! You are to blame! Stop the torture! Stop the pain! Help me, mate! You are to blame! Stop the torture! Stop the pain! Help me, mate! You are to blame! Animals feel pain! Just like us! Animals want to live! Just like us! Animals don't want to be
Thank you very much. What we're going to do is we're going to leave the stage for a moment. Thank you very much for your moment. And we'll be right back.
Help me, mate! You are to blame! Animals are not fabric! They are handbags!
Thank you so much. We're going to start the film. Please enjoy.
Stop the pain! Help me, mate! You are to blame! Stop the torture!
One minute, please.
You are to blame! Animals are not bullets! They are not passive! They are
I
not...
want to thank you all for being here tonight. Yes. God bless you. Yes. God bless you. Rome wasn't built in a day. And the changes that they seek don't happen overnight. It takes a lot of planning. And we are working on those things. But they want to be heard, so we heard them. Just say to you, and I didn't want to start the film on that note, I wanted us to take control of the narrative ourselves. I'm under the weather and I lost my voice, but my words would never match my gratitude for you all being here tonight. This is the biggest screening we've ever had, and I just want you to know how much it really means to me.
You are in for an incredibly creative ride tonight. What I love about this film is that I feel like you walk away and whatever your creative joy is, there's a lot of inspiration for you to just pursue that once you see this film. So I hope you really enjoy Piece by Piece. I hope you're bopping along in your chairs, and would you please thank this incredible film tonight.
Well, that was the other way to start. Jesus Christ.